I was born in '68, so I've seen the birth of Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, Xbox, mobile phone, App Store. So when I was probably in my mid-20s, the climate emergency didn't exist. Okay, so I've seen it come. Right, you've obviously been born, I guess, into it. And you're kind of in the middle of it, depending on where you. I guess someone's in the late '60s here, right? No. So my perception of the natural world is different, I think, from obviously yours, depending on the age that you're in. And so, having spent 30 years in Apple, time at Yahoo, British Telecom, a couple of media companies, science communication, big data, Fab Lab London, which is a makerspace, and now Green Lab, I guess I'm combining a kind of a deep understanding of technology with an appreciation of the natural world. So as a 9-year-old wannabe marine biologist, never quite got there. This is as far as this is the nearest I get to it. So the lab is a place to, I guess, innovate in a different number of domains. You've got things like urban agriculture. We're based on 2 floors, so downstairs is a small-scale farm with a bunch of fish, hydroponics, aquaculture, hydroponics. You're more than welcome during the breaks to I can do that mini tours if that fits in your schedule, okay? We do some kind of material-based research. So we look at bioplastics, which is kind of off the end of the moment now. We have a bio lab, and we incubate a number of early-stage businesses that range in a whole different bunch of sectors, from kombucha, essential oils, through to biotech. Okay? I think the most important thing for me right now that relates to this, I guess, symposium is the use of the materials of the natural world and how they can be used in different forms. So waste is a construct we created. Yeah. If you think about the byproducts of our own bodies, every day we flush 1.5 litres of urine down the toilet in clean water that we can drink. Yeah, urine's not waste, you can use it as a fertilizer. Yeah. Number 2 can be used as fertilizer. The bears in the woods. Yeah, good example. So from our perspective, I guess the circularity of the environment, where you take one product and make another, is quite key to the work we're doing at the moment. So, as examples, these are lemons that have been ground down from a bar, Lioness, a cocktail bar in London, world's #1 bar, 2018. And we work with a company called Seedlip and turn them into coasters for their executive guests. Yeah, so that's taking a waste product, a byproduct of the process, and making something else with it. Okay, and that's really about the circularity within the economy. So looking at waste streams and seeing how we can create either a food source. So for example, a year ago we had a company called Entocycle in the lab. They basically took brewery grains from a local brewery called 4Pure. They give us free beer once a month, and they fed it to black soldier fly. They're insects like this big, no mouth. The larvae, you can feed them organic matter, and then you can feed that to fish, salmon, trout. Yeah? So you're not feeding trout, salmon, anchovies, or the fish meal products. So when those run out, you've got an alternative source, which is a waste product, brewery grains, into insects, into fish. Yeah? We're also talking to a very famous, in fact, I'm going to pass this around to anybody with a nut allergy in here? No? So I'm going to pass this around. It's not there, you should know that. That comes from a, you get to hold the box. That comes from a very famous gin producer. Very famous, they're blue bottles. Okay, I'm not going to say who, but you can kind of work that one out. They produce 4 tons of this waste a week as botanicals. Okay, so the alcohol's infused through it, and you get that lovely flavour of gin that's about 40 quid a bottle. Okay? Now, we've made biscuits with this. We've made incense sticks. I might call it gin sense, that's what it's called. So that, again, that's taking a waste material from a process to produce a product, and then we've got to work out what can we do with it. Yeah? Juniper berries, you can dry, mash up, and bake into very gorgeous purple placemats. Okay? So you take an organic materials and make those things with it. So toast is a great example. You take stale bread and you make beer. We have a material library, and you're more than welcome to pop across with a curtain where we literally show different elements of materials that have been made. So this is salmon skin leather, yeah? Pine leather made from pine trees. Yeah? So we're working with a couple of startups who are taking organic materials from a natural process or a waste process and turning into a new material. I think we have to do that as a general strategy across the planet. Plastic is sustainable and it lasts a long time. Yeah, but that's the problem, it lasts a long time. Yeah, it's multiple use. And so now we're looking at more, I guess, compostable models. But the biggest challenge around compostability, if that's the word, is where do you put it? You come out of Bermondsey tube station with your compostable coffee cup, which is so cool. We're going to stick it in somebody's garden, which is litter, because they don't know it's compostable. But you put it to a black bin, where does that go? Into the ground. So there's logistic challenges and also behavioural challenges we have to face as a population, certainly within the UK. And we're quite small, 65 million people. Yeah. Look at India, got 1 billion. Look at China, 1 billion. Africa. Yeah. So there are different dynamics in terms of our appreciation of the natural world versus others in different continents. Or it's a given when you walk out, you've got a 100-acre farm, walk out 100 acres of city. Yeah, this is London. So there's also cultural impact of, I guess, how you understand waste stream, how you turn it into different things. For example, certain communities in southern Spain and certainly in Africa naturally do compost materials. It's part of their culture. For us here, we're almost like looked after in the blue box, in the green box, in the yellow box. Yeah? So there's cultural differences too. But the lab's a place to play. And we do allow, people to come in, they can rent, they can come in for short periods of time and play with ideas. It's a place for innovation. And I'm really pleased, and I'm really, I guess, happy to support Abby in a symposium. I hope it goes well today. I'm around all day. If you want any questions, I'm going to be around the back, clearing out my shit, so I've got the rubbish in the back. But yeah, have a great day and hope you goes well. Thanks.